Hello there and welcome to what could prove to be an historic series for Company of Heroes 3. I'm AE, I'm here today with Marcus. Hi Marcus.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, you know how well I am right now. I'm going to be casting for you DevM versus Aimstrong. And I'm casting it with you, Marcus. That makes me so happy. You jumped in my Twitch chat. I was about to go live with this solo. And now I've got the mighty Marcus. And Marcus, we go back a long way. We were a part of the original community group that went to Vancouver, weren't we?
Oh yeah, it was back in August 2017, if I recall correctly.
Maybe even 18. It was around that period, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
it feels like... Was it 17? Was it that long ago? It feels like a lifetime ago. And we went on that plane, and we had two people on the plane with us. And it was DevM, for certain, and Aimstrong actually met us at the hotel. He got a later plane. And we went over it there as these early kind of scout troops to help the community, help Relic, make CoH3 a really good game. And hopefully it's working. What are you liking so far? Do you think it looks good?
Oh, I think it looks great for a pre-alpha. I love the graphics, I love the gameplay, and I think it has a lot of potential to become the next true successor to the first CoH.
And I'm just so happy that I'm here with Marcus casting DevM and Aimstrong. We're all been friends in the Company Heroes community for a long time. And we were a big part of Company Heroes 1. And then we were saddened to see CoH2 had a bad start. And we're so excited that CoH3 looks like it's going to have a really good start. Anyway, let's start casting this cash game. The winner gets $50. It's a best of 3. We've got Aimstrong playing as the Wehrmacht. We've got the DevM US, the famous US of DevM. We've got the MG pushing up. We've got Pioneers pushing in. And we've got the Grenadiers trying to hold strong. And it's very important. Plus 16, Marcus.
That's the key point of the map, actually. And Scouts as these new US unit, as the starting unit, I think it's great for like capturing the map, scouting the enemy, and providing support with their smoke grenades.
Yeah, smoke grenades can be really powerful, and I'm excited to see what DevM and Aimstrong pull out, because these guys have a storied history, as you may or may not know. And I think it's actually a great time just to show you their player cards, which is a brand new feature I'm trying to bring out. And this shows you all their tournament wins, their stats. They're both seen as two of the greatest players of all time, so we're in excellent company today with these two.
How old was DevM in that player card?
He looks young, right? He's got a beard now. He's got a beard now. I've turned the CoH3 sounds down, guys, so you should be able to hear Marcus better, and your ears won't bleed quite as much, so it should be good now.
Yeah, I moved myself closer to the microphone. Hopefully you should hear me better now.
That was the excitement of seeing Marcus jump in my Twitch chat. I just thought, what an opportunity. We could have the four amigos part of this hopefully historic Company Heroes 3 series. We've got the MG pushing up here. Got the Pioneers trying to push to take this cut off. This connects... Well, it's not even connected right now, but it would connect the fuel point. Had DevM had a better start. Are you surprised by Aimstrong's start here, Marcus?
Usually US have a better advantage early game due to Riflemen being like stronger, but it seems like Aimstrong is playing very aggressively. It reminds me of how you used to play in CoH1, going right to the jugular and capturing the cutoff.
Yes, loves going for the throat straight away. The MG's pushing up, and this is a good MG position. Of course, you'd have to flank all the way around this house, but DevM has got a scout squad picking off at his heels, just giving him some issues. He's also managed to take this 5-man rifle to the fuel to get some... try and reclaim some of the fuel, because Aimstrong has had excellent control thus far, and something that'll help him solidify that even more, Marcus. We have a famous Aimstrong sniper arriving.
A sniper? I think that's one of the first snipers I've seen 1 versus 1 in CoH3 so far.
Excellent use of merge there from the 6-man Grenadiers. That's unlike Company Heroes 2, where they were 4-man and the conscripts had merge. We're now getting Wehrmacht units merging, showing that early war, better manpower, trying to kind of show that historically. But as Marcus was beginning to say, I mean, Aimstrong and DevM famous for their battles in the SNF4 series, which you cast, Marcus, you cast it all those years ago, 2013, a World Championship scale event. Do you remember those days?
I do. It was truly exciting doing that for the first time. I know like Yoink was probably the best co-caster to Ami, but I still tried to do my best. And I think
Right.
people got how excited I was doing that.
I always loved your co-casting with Ami because you were both so excited, but you had such a cool and funny dynamic of the Italian and the American guy, and it was just cute and it was funny. We've got the rifleman flanking, snipers trying to back away. He's got a few shots off already. The veteran C1 Grenadier is holding firm, and here's the flank from DevM. He always comes when you least expect it. He had a rifle coming all the way through the fog of war. The sniper is able to back away, and look at the map control seesaw into the Portuguese progedy's favour.
Oh, absolutely. Right now he's in control with he controls the fuel. And was that a grenade?
It could have been, yeah. Knowing DevM, it was a grenade, actually. These Grenadiers got pushed out there very quickly. Well spotted, Marcus. I did actually watch this game through. I'm not going to... I always try and maintain Cass's integrity. I watched it through to make sure we didn't have a sync error because these games are actually from yesterday and Relic patched the game. So, I saved the game files down in offline mode, and I've patched the game backwards myself. So hopefully this is going to work for us today, guys, but just a warning. It could be amazing until it isn't, and hopefully we don't crash out.
Ready to hunt.
So I'd say Aimstrong definitely needs to get some healing on his troops. Half HP sniper. It's a risk.
Yep, 5 FPS, half HP sniper. Just showing that the game engine is in alpha, so when you scroll in, it can get a little bit chuggy, let's say.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I wonder if any of them captured the northern munition points. This map has quite a unique layout, having all those high points in the north. And we can talk a bit about the resource system, because it's a bit different compared to CoH3.
Oh, it's vastly superior to CoH3. I've been talking to a lot of CoH2 players that have played a bit of CoH3 now, and they're agreeing. Going back to CoH1 and bringing that back in, and also this sniper's in peril. He gets a cheeky shot off. It was a trap. Rifleman now could die. Grenadiers putting the pressure on. They get the first big wipe of the game. We've got more riflemen coming in from DevM. Sniper in peril. He's retreating back to base, and some shots in his back. It needs a big salvo to finish the job, but he can't get there.
Oh, that's big. That's huge, actually.
It was
Very risky move.
It was a very risky move, and now we've got Panzer Grenadiers hitting. Unfortunately, we didn't see in base whether they were converted from an earlier Grenadier or whether they're just fresh Panzer Grenadiers on the field. But DevM just lost a rifle and didn't get the kill on the sniper, so it's advantage Aimstrong right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty sure it's a new squad, because Aimstrong had just 2 Grenadiers. Oh, but there's an M8.
Yes, indeed. Well spotted by our analysis caster for the day. As the M8 pushes in, it's got its upgraded gunner now. Rifleman keeping up the aggression, and DevM only knows one thing when his back is against the wall. That is attack, attack, attack.
That's right. Actually, the map is quite split in half, we could say. And I think the M8 could pose a threat for now, unless Aimstrong is able to really use that back to his advantage.
Just getting a cheeky Faust off here, it seems. Did he get there? No, the M8's keeping up the work. No kill counters quite yet in this pre-alpha version of CoH3. And the M8's having a fun time of things there, just forcing everyone back. Also, check this out. I asked Aimstrong about this to make sure it wasn't a sync error. He's keeping the sniper hidden in case the M8 goes for a base rush. He doesn't have healing quite yet. He's waiting to get it, as you can see there. He's upgrading it as we speak, so the sniper is waiting. And that's the advantage of when your caster watches the game through and picks out details before he watches the game itself. I don't do that often. I only did it in this case.
So it seems like DevM went for the infantry supply, because he got the officer squad, which boosts your infantry capabilities quite a lot.
It's great to have that free squad on the field. So if you don't know, mechanized gives you all kinds of upgrades for your vehicles in a repair bay. You've got the aircraft, the airfield, that gives you reconnaissance bombing strikes. And then this interesting infantry one, which is basically a free squad, isn't it, Marcus?
Yeah, it's a free squad, and a few upgrades that basically lower the upkeep of your squads, and unlocks 4-man scout squads, and just a few other interesting bonuses for the Americans.
One of those fantastic examples of taking something that kind of worked in CoH2 and making it fully work in CoH3. They're taking the best of both games. That's the USF, of course, having the lieutenant and the captain. And they've taken the kind of imbalance of these three squads for teching. And now it's a risk reward. You don't go airfield, you don't go mechanized, you have to go infantry to get in. Risk reward, gentlemen and possible ladies.
If you check the icon that Rifleman had quite just a few seconds ago, that means that they have an height advantage.
Height
So,
advantage indeed. It's
height
excellent to
advantage.
see, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I actually don't know what that icon does on rifles.
I know it's very similar to cover. People have been complaining about it. Oh, by the way, everyone loves this map. I did a video on it earlier and I tested. People think it's a 4 out of 5 map already. But the height advantage on the high fuel in particular is very oppressive. It works like a cover advantage and accuracy advantage, basically. So yeah, it's difficult. This is maybe the second M8, I want to say. Certainly putting a lot of work in already on the MG, but the pack 40 lines up.
Oh, he risks to lose the MG. I think he has to back away though.
Yeah, he does, and he's got all the issues here as he's trying to Faust this one. He gets it off. He's got a damaged engine critical. The M8 was sufficiently low on health to generate that critical. And it could be a sitting duck to this Pack 40. Can he get up there and get it in? But we got the second M8. This is what I'm saying. DevM wants to... Yeah, he's distracted the Pack 40. He's offering his life so the other M8 might live.
Absolutely, and look at the damage from the pack, and damaged engine also on the second M8. That's big. He needs to repair those units.
He really does. He really does. And he's got rifles coming in to help out here. This could be big. Yes, he's pushing the Pack 40 away. We've got a second Faust. He's trying to get it off. He needs 35 munitions, but the M8's going to begin to hurt him. He's out in the open here. I don't think any road negative cover kicks in CoH3. I don't think they have that. But it was enough to force away the Grenadiers. And that's what I'm saying. DevM's very good at fighting when his back's against the wall. Maybe some of that Brazilian jiu-jitsu he's been practicing, Marcus, helps him.
Maybe, but if we pay close attention to the field, there's a new unit, and that's the P4 command tank.
Oh yes, let's have a look at this. Zoom in, get that FPS drop, maybe pause the YouTube video. What's he gonna do? Oh, he hits them in the heels.
How neat it is that it has two different shell types, one against infantry and the other one against vehicles.
It's cool, yeah. I like these kind of skill ceiling grazing things, especially like it when it's on a non-stock unit, because you have the choice of whether you want to use this fiddly, difficult to master tank. Oh, couldn't quite get the kill there. Panzer Grenadiers could finish the job though. M8's trying to hit them heels. Will this scout, one of the first unit on the field for DevM, it could die now.
Objective secured.
I think they will, yeah.
It should do. You never know with the RNG in company heroes, though. Anything can happen.
Okay, he lost it.
Oh, big shot there from this Panzer IV command tank. Sonderkraftfahrzeug 161/1 for you people that follow designations of Wehrmacht tanks. Maybe the FBI wants to check you, I don't know, something like that. What's happening here? What's he doing? He's got... I think this is a recon plane. Yes, it's the recon planes coming in, so this... Look how much it banks, Marcus. Now that's flying skill, isn't it? Look at that. Sorry, we probably should take it... Look at this shot. There's no way that's real. Look at that.
It's a bit too...
It's a bit too vertical, isn't it? Surely that would lose altitude. Sorry, the Panzer IV just forced away some more squads as the plane makes its presence felt. Snipers pushing in behind the pack, behind the Grenadiers. So I'm going to say Aimstrong's got such a dominant advantage now. He's taking that plus 16 fuel away as well.
Yeah, it feels like going for two M8s has not paid off enough so far. He probably traded the second M8 for the PAR, so he's not getting them for now. But we'll see. DevM is never out until VPs go to 0.
It's such a good point. As we just saw, was that a full squad wipe there? It was indeed. MG42 is taken out by the M8, jumping in. We've got rifles that could come and pick it up. Maybe he wants to think about that. because Aimstrong's very consolidated here. The second M8 goes to have a cheeky look at the Grenadiers. Doesn't want to Faust, maybe does, maybe doesn't. As we've got, what's this? We've got an ability coming from the skies above. The Pack 40's in peril here. It's a rocket strike, possibly taking him out. There it is, the second salvo does the job. M8 is going to stick around now that the AT gun's out.
Did it actually destroy the Pack gun itself?
Yeah, he got it. And, however, one M8 dies to the Panzerfaust command tank in the north. Back in the south, we've got Pioneer spotting for something. He's pushing in, maybe waiting for the opportunity to Faust, but no, he's going to have to get out of there, those Grenadiers. And here comes the Panzerfaust command tank, Marcus. Could get 2 M8 kills to its name.
That's true, but it risks to get the damaged engine. If rifles have sticky bombs, it seems like they do have them. Yes, they do, but there's nothing else to back them up and finish the job on the Panzer.
Certainly not. Meanwhile, Grenadiers take this cutoff in the south. We've just had a really good passage of play in Aimstrong's favour, because although he lost that pack outright with no ability to recrew it, he did take out both M8s, and we all know how famously good DevM is with the original gangster M8 from Company of Heroes 1.
Yeah, it feels like, oh, maybe he can throw another sticky bombs. Oh my god, he's losing so many units. On the other side, I think the pack is destroyed now.
Yeah, DevM needs a win here. He's not having much luck. Hopefully for him, we can't see his perspective. Hopefully he's got a tank coming out soon.
Rifles. Oh yeah, I think they're still alive. But 2 packs were destroyed in the whole process. 2 packs and 2 M8s.
What do you think about the zoom level, Marcus? Because there's a point of contention. That's default in this game. Still feels like tanks look small and that kind of thing. Obviously, everyone zooms out because you want to be able to see more. But do you think it lends itself to Company Heroes?
Well, that's an interesting question, and I think it's never going to please everyone. Personally, I think it's a bit too high for my tastes. I like how personal CoH can get, so I'm not a fan of having a too high zoom level. But on the other side, I think for casting purposes, it makes a lot of sense, because you can just see more ground.
Yeah, it's good to try and keep up with these elite kind of players, I must admit. It helps, certainly. As we've got the Panzer Grenadiers and Grenadiers pushing in. Vet 3 Grenadiers, always good to don't convert. There's that vertical plane I told you about. You saw it, Marcus, right? It's very vertical, isn't it? Trying to show off with aerobatics there. But I don't know how much lift you get when your wings are facing the wrong way. We'll have to see. We've got a bundle made possibility. No Panzer Grenadiers are forced away. Grenadiers taking pot shots still.
Has actually Aimstrong taken any field marshal so far?
No, actually. He's not gone for any. So his... Oh no, he's got stick grenades, sorry. Stick grenades implies, if I'm not mistaken, fortifications, I want to say? It'll say somewhere. Sticks, that's mechanized field marshal, my bad. Mechanized field marshal is bunkers to repair, tanks can get side skirts, infantry, combined arms bonuses, team weapons rapidly displace, light vehicles can self-repair, and tanks can use blitzkrieg. Pretty damn powerful, Marcus.
Yeah, I think one aspect that people are still trying to evaluate is the whole concept of field marshals. Picking one is free, and it gives you a lot of bonuses on pretty much every unit that bolster your army and make them feel more unique. I think Aimstrong choice is very smart, because you can actually take good advantage of side skirts on these tanks, and the grenades are always useful, even on Grenadiers.
Got people in chat trying to say that snipers are overpowered in this version of the game, as we see a sniper break the Geneva Convention and kill the medic. I think that exemplifies my point, Marcus. But the time to kill is a little bit low in this game. Does that give snipers an easier chance to retreat, Marcus? Are they going to prove to be too powerful in 1 versus 1? What do you think?
I think that right now snipers feel very responsive, and I like how they feel. But on the other side, I do believe that units supposed to counter snipers, and in my opinion those could be like scout-based units like the Jeep and others. They should be probably balanced a bit more to make sure they can seal the deal and kill the unit if it's out of position or
Oh,
appropriately
sorry,
used.
Marcus, to interrupt there. Very good point. But we've got the Hellcats finding the rear armor as
that's right.
this Panzer IV kills yet two squads. It's got 4 squad wipes to its name. The Hellcat's now on the field. He's looking for this Hellcat. Sorry, he's looking for the Panzer IV command tank, rather. He's going to find him with a second shot. Side armor hit, however, for both vehicles as the Hellcat goes in around this side resort. Another, this time a rear armor hit for maximum damage. Can he finish the job on the command tank? Yes, he can. There we go. The MVP unit's now down.
It's great. All the shots hit the target and penetrated. And it's good time maybe to also speak about the fact that that Relic added side armor on vehicles, which is a whole new thing and has a weight on each single vehicle.
You know what
think
game
about that?
mode that's going to improve the most, Marcus? Is the MG42 dies for the 5th time this game across 2 different armies. We got Faust goes in there. There's any follow-up, perhaps? Yes, there is follow-up, Marcus. There's 64 tons of follow-up. The Panzerkraft, the Panzerkampfwagen 6 is on the field. He blaps a unit. The Tiger's here, and DevM is recoiling in fear. He throws in the towel. Game 1 goes to Aimstrong.
Look at that Tiger shot. It's amazing, that unit. Maybe a bit too strong.
Maybe. When its first thing to do is to just blap an entire infantry squad, finish DevM off. We have Aimstrong 1-0 up in this best of 3. But Marcus, you were making an excellent point about side armor, and I was going to add to your point that I believe it's going to help team games the most. You know, there's a lot of people play 3v3, 4v4. And tank destroyers, especially the big tank destroyers, remember like elephants, ISUs, they're so uncounterable because there's no side armor in Company of Heroes, so you can't flank them easy enough. Imagine, now you've got side armor. All this directionality makes a big difference. What do you think?
Absolutely, I totally agree with you. That's gonna help team games a lot, and it's gonna help Relic balance out these juggernaut tanks in order to not be just OP, but make them feel strong if you face their front armor, but much weaker if you are able to flank them.
All right then, shall we just go straight into game 2? It was only about 20 odd minutes that game. I think we've got it in us.
Yeah, sure.
Let's hope this works. Changing my console launch parameters. In this insane workaround, I'm going to look back on these days in the future when we've got a full observer mode in CoH3, and I'm going to remember the days I had console commands and I was like really nervous and trying to get it to load.
I can't wait to have that, and I seriously hope we'll have tools to like draw on the map while playing to point out where things are happening and like point out, for example, flanking maneuvers.
Oh, that'd be so cool. That'd be really cool. Well, it doesn't sound like it's that difficult to add. Hopefully they come and consult us when they're building this. It's often one of the last things to be made.
Pioneers,
Yeah.
we are being called upon.
So now we're going to have DevM playing as Wehrmacht. He's 1-0 down in this best of 3. Winner gets $50. And I did tell them it'd only be the winner getting money, but obviously the loser will get 20. I know, I always want the players to play their maximum. I do, by the way, I know DevM's told me he and Aimstrong both went full out for this. I wanted to cast them earlier on. I was a little bit upset I couldn't, and I think they went at each other as much as they could do, which is really good for a cash game. Anyway, let's get on with game 2. As we've got DevM this time playing as the mighty Wehrmacht, and
Awaiting your command.
Marcus, you were around. You were trying to organise big tournaments with Ami Politsai Funk and CoH2.org back in 2013. Must have been very disappointing that CoH2 had a bad launch. How is the feeling now? How is it changing? How do you think the community's feeling? Is it different?
I think the community has grown and evolved through time, but more than that, Relic has evolved and grown through time compared to Company of Heroes 2. I feel like they made a lot of steps forward in terms of really making a game that the core audience wants to play, and then make it feel more accessible for new players in order to like enlarge the player base.
Got an interesting start here from the Wehrmacht player. Well, it's not that interesting, I suppose. It's Grenadiers and MGs, but it's nice that you're able to just queue it all up and get it ready. It's kind of a slow start, though, isn't it, Marcus? Usually you have a little bit more to do in the early game, in terms of placing your buildings and stuff. With the automatrons that come out of the headquarters to plant your infantry company, you've got a bit of downtime, Marcus, in the first 30 seconds of the game. It's almost like you can go to the loo if you're quick. You can go and grab a drink from the fridge, you know.
That's actually interesting, because if we had to analyze the time consumption spent there, maybe it would be more optimal to get another Pioneer squad or a Canton Crowd, to have to maximize the number of units you can have on the field based on the resources you get.
Well,
you're right.
That's happened in both Company Heroes 1 and 2. By the end state, when the players all become really good, everyone gets more worker units. In Company Heroes 2 right now, it's back to 2 Pioneers, 2 Combat Engineers at all times. And I think that Wehrmacht in Company Heroes 3, you're exactly right. Green cover is really powerful. To have green cover on all these points is very good indeed. Alright, we've got Pathfinders acting in unison with Riflemen. These are Aimstrong's Pathfinders this time, don't forget, guys. We're going to keep making that point. There's the MG. Hitler's Buzzsaw, 1000 RPM. Smashing this Pathfinder. You can see the value of green cover there. No damage incurred. There's another scout squad. So, oh, these are Pathfinders. My mistake. Pathfinders.
Yep, because he probably picked, no, he surely picked the Airborne Company, which allows you to get those Pathfinder squads. Like long range in cover, Pathfinders are pretty strong against Grenadiers. They probably don't scale that much in terms of pure power, but they get access to a lot of useful abilities, like the grenade launcher, smoke, and flare, and they cut points faster. So
one feature I do like about Company Heroes 3, Marcus, I can follow camera on enemy units and it goes into fog of war. I'm pretty sure that's exploitable for competitive purposes, so they need to fix it. Because look, he goes into the fog of war now, I can still see him. I can still see him all the way back into base and further. Anyway, we've got some action emerging. There's another Pathfinder. These have excellent grenades, by the way. You need to watch out for them. Pioneers push up against them. They get the close quarter combat bonuses. As we've got a Grenadier in real tough trouble here. This is Pathfinder spam from Aimstrong. This is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Pathfinders, they always beat Pioneers. That for man's squad, if they are like in a 1v1 scenario. So they are definitely not scouts. They are better.
They seemingly are. As we've got another sniper from Aimstrong. He had so much fun with the first one, and we could have a first squad wipe already. DevM's in a difficult predicament already, Marcus. He's down a squad. He's down a game in this best of 3. Oh dear, oh dear.
So if there's anything these games are highlighting, is that there's still no meta and no specific unit composition. You are pretty free, having both Pathfinders and Assault Engineers pretty viable. You are pretty free to adapt your playstyle and get the army you want. So for example, look at that. That's a new thing. The M3 and the Sniper and the Scouts and Pathfinders. That's great.
If you don't recall, guys, back in the beta for CoH3 and the alpha, which were much worse, by the way, did become a good game in time. Marcus here was trying to help make the game competitive. And he played in tournaments, and he played with the M3 with a sniper inside, and the big caster at the time, Ami Pulitzer named it the Marcus car. So
no. That's a mistake. I used the guards in the M3. The one who used the sniper was Symbiosis.
So Marcus was going around maps with a sniper and M3. It was disgusting. And everyone hated him. And that's why they called it the Marcus car. Sorry, just a bit of... thank you for correcting me there. But it's always funny to troll people if you can. It's a good defense mechanism.
Fair enough. So in this
you
game,
have had to make that correction a lot of times, actually, because people always used to assume it was the sniper, I think.
Yeah, anyway. That's true. So I guess there's no Marcus card yet here. Maybe we can find another two.
You've corrected me on that in the past. I made that joke to you in person and you corrected me then. But it doesn't seem to have corrected my brain, Marcus.
No worries, I'm a patient one.
Okay, good man, good man. Anyway, we've got Pathfinders jumping out of the house, back in the house. These garrisons don't seem overly strong. They're very situational because of where these territory sectors are. They're +5 munitions. MG42 backs up. DevM's on his heels a little bit. He's got this plus 10 fuel, but the US player, Aimstrong, he's got the plus 16, so we'll be seeing some early vehicle action from him. But speaking of vehicles, 221 out.
Yeah, the 221 is out. As unit, it's very good against infantry, but I've seen it used with the AT upgrade, and damage it can throw out. It's pretty impressive.
It really
I
is.
wonder how he's gonna use it.
Oh, he's using it right now to get rid of these pesky Pathfinder spam units. Grenadiers capping in the south. He's going to stay in this garrison, seemingly.
The scout car has an ability that resembles the Panzer Elite scout car because it can increase your resources.
Divert supplies, it says
divert
here, yes. We've got loads of abilities, actually. We've got radio sets, possibly. A Panda Bush anti-tank gun to do a little bit of light anti-tank damage. Signal detection when you get the radio set, so you can listen and go stationary. And concealment smoke. So really cool utility vehicle.
I'm pretty sure that he picked the DevM picked his Field Marshal because that concealed smoke is a Field Marshal ability.
Oh, the way to check is incendiary grenades have been picked. So that, I believe, yes, is part of Special Operation Field Marshal. So you also got observation bunkers, camouflage netting for tanks, infantry capture territory faster. So we'll have a check on that. We've got sniper versus... Oh, yes, we've got sniper versus grenadier. Still going to take his pesky shot, his Aimstrong. He always deals with health bars, Marcus. He judges them to perfection at times, does Aimstrong. Very annoying to play against for that reason.
Absolutely. He always plays risky, but he always knows what he's doing.
I've seen him do crazy things with one-man squads of you, Marcus. Sometimes he does things that you've never seen other players do, and it's just, like... Must be infuriating to play against, I know that much.
That's true. Oh, that thing seems like the Pathfinders got their Vet1 upgrade in the self-healing, because for a second they were like healing themselves.
Excellent spot. Excellent spot indeed. MG is facing down. Oh, we've got a big hit here, and he's got it indeed. He's got the anti-tank upgrade on the M3. He's looking for that 221. Will he be able to finish the job? Oh, not quite yet. We've got spotting as well from the Pathfinders. He's backing himself down a long and lonesome road. But here comes the verbal wind. He finishes the job on the 221, but possibly at the detriment of his own life. Yes, indeed, as we've got double high jump records. That's fantastic for the US Olympic try this year. That's great, Marcus. Synchronized high jump. What do you think?
How good is the Vam? Come on, he baited that half track just to make sure he could kill it with the whirlwind. Great move, great tactic. I love it.
It was beautiful, wasn't it? Excellent bait and switch there, driving all the way down the road, making Aimstrong think he had it, but oh no, he didn't.
Oh yeah, and now he has a whirlwind and the Jaegers on the field, which are great. Ooh, I've seen the whirlwind against the M8, and that's an interesting fight. They both are quite unable to kill each other. It takes some time.
Tell you what, he's for the taking here as Aimstrong. He's got his sniper and M8 in difficult territory. Grenadier may have been pushed away. Does the Verbalvin fancy this though, or is he getting a little bit caught up on this tank trap? Yeah, he got caught up on the tank trap, Marcus. Doesn't fancy it anymore. He lost his confidence. Grenadiers could go down here. One more shot. They just need to go stationary to get the better accuracy. Can they do the job? Yes, they can. Grenadier down. Aimstrong gets a much needed squad wipe there because he was down on his haunches after that excellent foray by DevM.
That's great move, great flanking. I really like how both players are using their troops to their advantage.
This map seems to promote it, Marcus. There's a lot of good flanking avenues as we've got yet one another Pathfinder here, just doing a bit of pesky capping, but you know, I'd say that DevM, as the Wehrmacht player, yet again is in the driving seat. Pathfinder's forced away. Oh, and the Verbalwind on retreat. That's not what you want to see.
Yeah, true.
Oh dear, he blocks him. He's brutalizing him. It's an execution on the sand here. That's not a fun time on the seaside holiday.
Ouch.
I usually
Yeah,
build
it's
sandcastles and eat ice cream. I don't have a huge flak panzer hitting me in the face with shells.
Bot players lost so much stuff so far. So many units went down.
I know. Well, they're both aggressive players, so they're always made for good series. SNF4, OCF Grand Finals, of course.
Oh, absolutely. And I love the fact, look at that, bot players in bot games use their vehicles in a very aggressive way, which is now possible due to the fact that Panzerfaust don't immediately cause like the engine damage critical. So you can actually do more risky plays, you can play more aggressively, and I love it because it really promotes better players to use their micro and skill to their advantage.
But also, Marcus, there's mines on every faction now. So it's
Yes,
not like
true.
you can't defend yourself, you just have to prepare better. And that brings back that original gangster vanilla Company Heroes 1 gameplay that we also love so much. It really is exciting, it really is. And I do think they've satiated the CoH3. Oh, we've got another flak panzer coming onto the field. There
Wow.
you go. Oh, can he finish the job? Not quite. DevM finally getting his revenge for all that Centaur abuse that Aimstrong used to do in 2015. It's taken 6 years, but finally he's got his revenge.
I remember it. And did it just actually pick the doctrine? And he unlocked the... No, he had the doctrine, but he unlocked the... What's that AT gun name?
Oh, it's the he's got the LG40, which is like a Rakettenwerfer.
Yes, correct. Because he actually doesn't have an AT gun in his arsenal. He's tier 1.
How is that still flying? Just
What?
check my
What?
screen.
What's
How
going
did it still fly? It had no wings, Marcus. Oh, it did drop, by the way. I just saw my screen shudder. We need to keep an eye on the gameplay, of course, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a plane wreck on the beach somewhere.
Absolutely. And look at that offensive maneuver with Simon Airborne troops. I wish he could kill the squad.
No, he can't. DevM's back in base. He hasn't got a repair bunker, of course, because he's chose special operations, which is the observation bunkers. But he's doing a good job of healing up his verbal vins right now. And to be honest, he has the entire map. He's down the Grenadier in the pocket here, just taking away the home sector territories. Definitely looking like we're heading to a deciding ace game, Marcus.
Oh yeah, I think so. And 2 Axis wins. Well, that's good, but I want to see also allies win.
Yeah, same. I must say, by the way, I told them both to play south on this map, and now a lot of people are suggesting that south is a little bit advantageous, but the way these players have played, I don't think it's come into effect. They've played so chaotic, so aggressive. It's not been about the map. It's been about the factions and the design, and you know what they have at their disposal in terms of tech tree. So yeah.
What do you actually think about this map so far? I think it's great for infantry play, and it offers some good like spots for vehicles to actually shine as well.
I believe it's a rework of Angerville that actually works in a modern environment with True Sight. We all know Angerville was not a good map with the CoH3 territory system, and also True Sight enabled. But so far I think Monolithic Bacon and the team have done an excellent job of making this map work. It just has some refinements to be made. Namely, the height advantages on the high fuel, and also the flanking routes around the high fuel need to be improved. But other than that, I mean, it's already in a great state. I mean, I had a poll earlier on Twitch; they gave it 4 out of 5, so that's pretty indicative of a good map.
Yeah, absolutely. And if this is pre-alpha, I can't wait till the game is released. Like there are so many details and small things that make the map stand out. Oh, look at what he's doing with the M8. He's trying to stop the Whirlwind. Get a kill with the...
Yeah, he was trying to get that sniper. M8 to the rescue. Well played by Aimstrong there. He may be losing this game rather comprehensively, but he's still got a few tricks up his sleeve. And this is just to take DevM into the the ace game of this best of 3. Is this another one? Oh no, this is just repaired. My bad. I got so excited then. Thought we had a 3.
For the third one.
Is he in Cloak here? Could this be a sniper kill from Cloak? Yes, it could be. Sniper killed by the Cloaked Jaegers. Well played there by DevM. He's getting all the skills off.
It would have been amazing if he actually did it with the Whirlwinds, because with the Field Marshal he picked, he can get the camouflage on vehicles as well. So if you go on the Whirlwind, you will see, guys, the ability to turn invisible.
We all know that... Oh, the Chaffee's here. We all know that Wehrmacht are getting the most plaudits right now for the most finished faction award. And the way they're being played here makes them seem like the most OP faction award. Because they're being played to perfection in both games thus far.
Yeah, I think DevM sealed the deal with that Shafi kill.
Yeah, and just been crashed out of the game. With the verbal fin sound effect as well. So... there we go. Anything else you noticed in that game, Marcus? Any comments or like about how it played, the units you saw?
Oh, I just want to know who's playing which faction in Game 3.
I know the answer to that. DevM is USF in the third game of this best of 3, and I know they're competitive guys, so neither wants to lose. So let's see how that works.
Did he actually make the choice, though? That's the question.
I believe so. Looking at the victory point counts on the Wehrmacht, on the Wehrmacht win of Aimstrong, I think he had very good victory point control, so it wouldn't surprise me. And we could just ask them. They're probably watching. We could just ask them. Let me get it loaded up and quickly ask the guys who had choice in Game 3. Who had choice in G3? There we go. How's Italy at the moment, Marcus? Is it all right?
Rainy.
Rainy,
and
same here.
Not COVID-free.
Oh no, still 2 years. It's crazy, isn't it?
It is, honestly.
What can we do? What can we do? Alright then. I know one thing we can do. We can cast more CoH3. We've got another game here. Let's get straight into it.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Oh, I am as well. And before we do, I'll do a quick plug for the tournament next weekend, the CoH3 tournament, and I'll plug it by showing you the transition for it. It's 20 seconds. It's coming next Saturday. I'll be casting with Ed 80Hz, this event here. You can hear the music, you know it's coming, and here it is. You've got your third Company of Heroes 3 game of the day. It's again Twin Beaches, and we're dealing with, this time, as Wehrmacht, it's Aimstrong. I'm still here with Marcus, of course, and who's your money on, Marcus? Go on, be honest. From what you've seen so far, who do you think is going to win Game 3?
Oh, that's a good question. My mind tells me Aimstrong, but my heart tells me DevM. So I'll go with DevM this time.
Okay, yeah, maybe. My mind would tell me Aimstrong as well, because, to be honest, he's been a beast of the alpha. He's been like the boogeyman of all these alpha and closed games we've had. All these kind of crazy 2v2s with Relic developers and stuff. Aimstrong's been like going hard. He's been killing everybody. Oh, yeah. He's been a monster.
He's been killing everybody, yes.
He's been finding all the broken stuff and abusing it. He loves it. He loves blood. He loves it.
I don't know when he trained, but he's in great form right now.
I don't know either. But the thing is about him, I think he's the best at being rusty, because I forced him to play so many CoH3 tournaments when he was doing his medical degree, when he was unwell, all these things. I was saying, come on, Aimstrong, another CoH3 tournament, how about it? It's like, oh, for God's sake, please, Aim, no. I was making him play. And he always did well. He always got to quarterfinals and stuff, so I think he's very good at shaking off rust and playing well despite mechanical kind of rust.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at this completely different start from DevM this time. He went for Jeep, he went immediately for armor, and he unlocked the ability to get the Jeep Vet 1 in order to use it as a capping unit. Firing and capping unit.
Yeah,
Completely
Jeep.
different strat.
Really interesting. Of course, we famously saw DevM take out players like Fireball and Symbiosis with Jeep play over 8 years ago now.
Yeah.
And you can see the silhouette of the Jeep right now. The micro of his Jeep use. He's famous for Jeep play, wasn't he, Marcus?
Oh yeah, he was famous for his Jeep play. That's true.
A lot of tournament company heroes nerds that I've been watching for over nearly a decade now should be very excited to see DevM playing with a Jeep in CoH3 Alpha. I know I am. And a lot of CoH2 fans who never watch CoH1 are probably rolling their eyes at us, Marcus. They're probably like, oh, for God's sake, shut up. We never saw it, so we don't care. But we saw it, didn't we, Marcus? So we don't care either. We're happy.
Oh, nice flank on the MG though, because the both Grenadiers are on the center and they were not supporting the HMG, so it was forced to soft retreat. Because
Well
Aimstrong
defended
never
by
retreats.
Aimstrong as well. He was able to get his Grenadiers in to push away the Rifleman. He kept the suppression. I don't think you can keep suppression going in this game. It's one thing they need to bring in from CoH2 that was very good. If you kept rifle fire on a suppressed unit, it kept it suppressed. I did like that feature. Anyway, we've got the Jeep now. Grenadiers dawning upon it. They can't Faust quite yet. You need your Luftwaffe or Panzer Grenadier Company built, so the Jeep's relatively safe on its 2 pips of veterancy already.
Wow, that's great. And the Jeep just got recently buffed, if I recall correctly, in the latest patch.
Buffed? Really? Wow, I thought it was strong already. This is pre-patch, guys. The patch hit last night. This was played yesterday afternoon, so I had a lot of fun trying to get it to work for you today, so hopefully you appreciate it.
Yeah, I confirmed that they increased the penetration on the HMG of the Jeep. Yeah.
Wow, fair enough.
And you can get it even further buffed by upgrading the first ability on the Jeep that you can see. I don't recall the name. Is it like Officer something? If you go on the Jeep, there is the ability that you can upgrade.
Yeah, Command Jeep you can go. Jeep Officer increases line of sight, enables detection of enemy moves in fog of war. Very similar to... Oh, rifle very low there. Grenadiers, however, have to route because of the Jeep's prowess. We do have the Sniper again from Aimstrong, already making a name for himself. He's got 2 Grenadiers MG Sniper, a very familiar build order, but it has to be said, the Jeep so far is the MVP of the battlefield, Marcus. He's just lending so much pressure to DevM's play.
It absolutely is, and Aimstrong has to actually make sure to defend the Sniper, because that Jeep feels very angry.
He's an angry little bastard, isn't he? Just look at that hatred. There's 3 of them this time, Marcus. No longer a 2-man Jeep, and these guys are all badass MFers, aren't they? Look at that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. One guy with the binocular, the other one driving, and one with the HMG. Well, there's an interesting factor to actually speak about. It's the new scout system has been actually implemented in this Jeep when you get the upgrade, because what it actually does is that you see the unit type in the fog of war in a radius.
Unit type this time.
The unit
Interesting.
type. Yes. So it's a circle with an icon in it with different colors, so you can actually understand if there is a vehicle, or if there's an infantry squad, or if there's like a pack gun. So it's interesting. Like, it's a different way of like scouting without actually being the map.
Fair enough, fair enough. And Aimstrong's had a tough start here thanks to the Jeep's aggression, and the speed, and the omnipresence. It's been all over the bloody place. And he's had to actually now go south side of the map and slowly creep his way up these territory sectors. Just do that expert pressure. Look at the health on the Grenadier already. He's trying to get in there. We've got the Jeep. He's just upgraded to Command Jeep now.
Oh, that's great. I just hope to see it at 3, to be honest. That always excites me.
Oh, can he get a Faust off now? I don't think they can go as long range as they could do in CoH2. Be a little bit closer than that.
Yes, it's a bit closer. And one thing I'm really happy about is that both faction have a veterancy system that really promotes playing well with your units, which help you growing good attachment on them. Is the sniper actually on the hand of the Jeep?
It could have been there, like a Brit sniper in CoH2 with a 55 cal. We've got riflemen coming in here. They can't see the abilities. We don't know if they have grenades or not. We know they're going to be shot by this sniper with a height advantage sniper. I don't know what that gives him, but he's got it.
And he probably knows, and actually that's a very good move because he was baiting the Grenadiers to use the other side of the cover just to actually use the Jeep behind them. That's good move. But the rifles, oh, there's two.
Yeah, well, it'll have to be 2 shots here to connect and kill. And he's not going to get it, it would seem. Oh, I can hear a vehicle noise, I think. Yeah, there's something coming out. It's the... oh, no, it's just the M8's back. There he is. Pack 40 comes out for Aimstrong just in time to give some... you can possibly take out some of these pesky vehicles now. He's been able to solidify some map control. We do have a flanking rifleman on the sniper. He needs to be careful here.
Oh, he does. He's in great danger. The MG cannot cover it.
Should be okay. Meanwhile, I can hear a pitter-patter of machine gun fire. Oh, it's these, the SMGs of the MG. Here he is, and it's the M8 that's looking to take him out. Jumps in the vehicle, loses loads of support members there. He needs to get out of the house and survive. It's going to be a tough task. Can't pick up a weapon if it's inside a house. If the previous games of this series are anything to be listened to, he can just about pick that up.
Wow.
Just about. He
Good
gets
lad.
it back again. He's got low health Grenadier now. What's this Pack 40 doing? Come on, you've got to be able to fire better than that. Meanwhile, we've got Panzer Grenadiers versus the captain in the south. Riflemen are pushing in from the sides.
That's good. I like the actual map control for DevM. And is he capping the fuel point with the Jeep again?
He is. Look at that. They're raising the flag without the ability to do so. It's incredible. You can't see it, but it is happening. Trust me.
And it's Petri. Did you actually notice that high fuel ammunition points have 3 little flags showing that it's a high point?
Oh!
The medium ones have 2 little flags.
Oh, Marcus, I just made the most camp noise I've made all year. And I'm so excited by that. That's like the cutest, coolest thing I've seen. That's Marcus, I'm so glad you're here with us today. That's the best thing of CoH3 so far. And we found it. Almost as good as knowing this is where the Twin Beaches in the north with that crash Stuka. It's almost as good as that.
Almost as good as that, yeah, true. Oh, credits though go to Imperial Dane because he was the first one who spotted, and he wrote it in our group chat with the co-development team. So props to him.
Props
He was
to
the
him,
one.
the master of propaganda, hero of the Reich, defender of the fatherland. Very good at spotting these small details, of course. Good shot by the sniper. This sniper's not even got to veterancy 1 yet. Surprising. He didn't die and get rebuilt, right? He's just had a bad game so far.
He just had a bad game, yeah.
Oh dear, okay.
And I'm not sure of that, but I actually think that the amount of barrels and under each resource point also is linked with the actual amount of resources the points provide.
Oh, very nice. So you think these small munitions points
Yes,
only
how
plus
about
5. So if we look at a big one, we'll find a big one in a second. As we got the Jeep pushing in past the Panzer Grenadiers, he's looking for the sniper. He's going full in for him, Marcus, but he gets taken out by the almighty Faustov. What? He's a ghost Jeep. He took some shots as a ghost. I saw it, Marcus. I saw it happen. And he's going crazy. We got a bug on our hands. Yeehaw! Get on board, guys. It's an alpha. We love it.
what's happening?
What's happening exactly? Fail fish. Not like this, indeed.
It was a very risky maneuver. Like, I hope that I didn't do it because I love the Jeep, and for me it's like it's a personal accomplishment when you're able to get your battery Jeep survive the whole game. But well, he tried. He went for it. It didn't go well.
Mate,
Maybe
he had
next
such a
time
good
it will.
game with that Jeep, though. If that was your moment to throw the Jeep, it might as well be then.
Yeah, exactly. So map is split in half more or less, and I think bot players are doing really well into cutting off opponents' cutoffs.
Right, we got the Command Panzer IV out yet again. We do have the M1AT gun. It is being flanked. We do have the M8 now getting some side hits on the Panzer IV. Maybe Aimstrong's getting overconfident in this unit's abilities after his excellent Game 1 performance with the vehicle. And it certainly seems he is doing that right now. However, he's managing to get away with it with possibly a wipe here. Can the rifleman survive this? Very unlikely so. We've got multiple machine guns on. He's going to have to get past the machine guns. But the main cannon blaps him in the face there.
Yeah, I'm not sure like about vehicles being able to lock units on retreat. I don't know if it's a feature or it's just a bug. Oh, look at that. It is
Yeah, some
transiting.
excellent shots by the command tank. DevM's got a lot of work to do versus this clearly, dare I say it, overpowered vehicle in this early alpha phase. Aimstrong, as always, showing us how to play in the most abusive way. He loves it. He'll always find for you the most powerful thing, won't he, Marcus?
Oh yeah, it is very strong, but I would say that the Shafi is good against it. It's very fast and can flank it. So the M8 is more of a infantry support vehicle, and the Shafi is more like the anti-tank kind of vehicle.
See this guy here, Marcus? That's going to become a bugged unit now. He's going to have a random pop cap taking up unit. Has this sorry, it's a 57mm AT gun has exchanged hands now for a fourth time, possibly.
Yeah,
MG42's been- Exactly, indeed. As the MG42 is possibly being flanked here. We have so many points in DevM's favour, but the main thrust of the cutoffs is in Aimstrong's.
Yeah, look how vertical Aimstrong is playing. He's going right through the central road to get the cutoff, and then he's not caring of the resources on the left and right sides. He's just caring of making sure the DevM doesn't get access to them.
Look at this flank from this rifleman here. How he merges with the Grenadiers, however, to keep the MG42 in the play as the M8 re-emerges, to use an unintentional pun, and possibly keeps the pressure on.
Yeah, he also needs to cut that really point.
By the way, the Hellcat here is using his flanking ability for extra speed. Sniper's forced away, trying to get around the rear side because we knows the Panzer IV is low on health and he's going to find him. I don't know about the fog of war. I can't see from the enemy perspective, but he's looking for it. He senses it's there. He gets a shot in whilst his sidearm has hit himself. He's going to go for the kill on this very powerful command tank. Can he finish the job and then retreat away? Hits him, misses. So low health remaining, Marcus. What the hell's going on?
Oh my god, so low health. I think you should use the M8 in an offensive way to support it and kill the Panzer. Oh no.
Yeah, did you see that turret animation? That's a new one for the Company Hero series. Has the M8's been thrown in as well? Wehrmacht über alles, it seems, because it looks like to me Aimstrong's going to win this one. M8's going in around the cusp. He's going all in for this kill. Can he get a far-flung shot off? No, he can't. He's taken out there. Oh dear, oh dear. Small arms penetrate, and DevM's forced away. Bundle nade does nothing from the Panzer Grenadiers. All squads remain. Oh, all squads remain. Nope, another death.
Another
Oh
death.
dear, oh dear.
Oh, too bad. He lost too many units there. But the attempt was great, once again. High risk. Sadly this time, again, no reward.
Indeed. We liking the graphics, Marcus. What do you think about that? What does it look like to you? Is it good?
Oh, I like it, I like it. I'm
What's this
one
guy
of those...
doing? You tell me, what's he doing? Help with the repairs, man. I mean, what is this?
It would be funny if he was like giving orders to the pioneers, like, to repair faster.
Repair faster! More blowtorch!
Exactly.
Oh dear, sniper force pushes in. We got the engineers forced away. And here comes the cutoff. That's the only fuel that DevM's got coming in right now.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be hard to come back. Actually, the VAM lost so many units, and if you look at the command points, Aimstrong is getting close to that tiger once again.
Oh, look at that. Yes, well called out, Marcus. Very well called out. He's at 5.9 right now, but the Jeep's finally getting the sniper. He's finally getting him, Marcus. Look at this. It's like a movie. It's like Company Heroes in a nutshell. Can the Jeep get past the command tank? Can he get past everything? And he gets the sniper. Hero Jeep. Can he survive now, Marcus? Can he get out of there? Come on, son. You can do it.
Oh, look at that. I trust the Jeep.
I trust in Jeep. Believe in Jeep, chat. Believe in Jeep. He's made it out of there. What a hero. What a hero.
He almost got to Venture 2. Oh my god. Oh
He
my
got
god.
in there and he got past all this as well. That was amazing.
That's exactly what I do want to see. I mean, if you leave the sniper unsupported, it should die to Jeeps and other units supposed to kill it. That's what I want to see. The CoH1 vibe, exactly 0.
Exactly 0 Co. Could somebody clip that, please? I think that's very clip-worthy. Let's try and get a CoH3 clip trending on the Twitch vibes or whatever it's called. I don't know what it's called these days, but yeah, CoH1 vibes indeed. I think we're getting it, Marcus. We're finally getting a sequel to CoH1, and we're also getting the best that CoH2 brought to the field. So we're not forgetting the 8 years of progression from CoH2 being a terrible game to being a pretty damn good game. We're not forgetting any of that. We're getting a sequel to CoH1 that brings in the best that CoH2 managed to find. How exciting is this? It's awesome.
That's so exciting. Super exciting. I actually I wanted to point out the fight on the lighthouse, because those grenadiers were literally destroying the captain and his squad, and was first to retreat. Like hate combat is going to be a thing, guys, in CoH3.
Yeah, massively, Marcus. People are pointing out already about that big heavy fuel point and the height around there. And can you imagine the assault on Monte Cassino? It's going to actually matter. As there it is, the 4-man anti-tank gun crew. They're not an anti-tank gun team, they're a crew, because the anti-tank gun's long gone. They're trying to do some capping, they're forced back. They have no offensive capabilities. Oh no. Command tank, the one that lived through so much, is...
Oh, good.
Okay, misses.
But I think by looking at the numbers, I think the downside of the command tank is that it has very high XP requirements to gain like veterancy. Because he killed quite a lot of units, but he
Yeah, I was thinking that. I mean, 1950 it says. It's like leveling up to the... It takes so long for this guy. I'm very scared by what Vet 2 gives him. Oh, they have got tracking now. I didn't know they do have tracking. It says 9 infantry kills, maybe less than we thought, but so much health damage. You would expect that he would have a lot more veterancy than he does.
Yeah, and I definitely want to see the exact veterancy numbers this time. I hope they'll implement it in the UX this time, because I want to see what each bonus does. Is there a tiny icon under just on top of the officer? On the P4. You can check it later.
Okay, tiny icon. I'll check in a second. Let's just make sure this flank on the MG doesn't work out.
Yeah.
As we have the Tiger yet again, Marcus. Immediately having effects on fire. A repeat of game 1. Can DevM defend himself this time? Or is it a direct repeat?
Oh, look at the damage on the flank from the P4 command tank.
Oh, this is all over. Unless there's a Hellcat coming out of tier 4 right now. And he's going to go on some monstrous flank. We're doomed for an Aimstrong takes this big, historic series against DevM.
Oh my god, the damage of that P4. I think it's over, guys.
God, I don't know how it can't be. I just want more. I wish this was a best of 5. I really do. Just so we can have... Oh, there he does have an easy aid. How much damage is it going to do, though? It's gruesome twosome. Knocking at the door. The Tigers really giving some hurt.
Is playing with the fog of war. Be able to not get shot.
Oh, rifles, what are you doing? Don't do this to yourselves. Easy 8 bounces off the Panzer IV. It can't even penetrate the Panzer IV. What's it going to do here? Oh, no, this is all over. He's farming here.
It's going to be hard. Like the Tiger once again used as the spirit unit to push right through the base. I think Aimstrong played this very well. Game is pretty much...
It's definitely over, Marcus. It's definitely, and seems like it was a battle to get the most victory points in their Axis game, because it definitely feels like Axis are OP in this pre-alpha. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to call it any other way, Marcus. But it was a very fun series to cast. Would you not agree?
Oh, I totally agree. I think definitely the German faction is probably the most complete one, and I love to see them playing. I love all the plays we have seen so far. The Jeep with the sniper. How cool is that?
Oh, it was badass. It was really badass. And guys, if you're watching this on YouTube, all I'll say is this pre-alpha. Balance is there to be balanced. It's all about the game design. It's all about the feel of the game. It's all about the design features. And Marcus and I have been around for a decade plus in this gaming community, and we are very excited, people. We think this is possibly going to bring the best of the two games finally together, and we get to see all that juicy high IQ gameplay that we've always loved to see. Just answering a few questions from chat. Yes, there will be tactical map. They've confirmed that. It's just not coming out quite yet. And I'm now going to invite my illustrious co-caster Marcus for any closing comments to our YouTube audience.
Okay, so thank you everyone for watching. I hope you'll leave a big like for my friend A, because he deserves it. And if you haven't done it, please subscribe to his channel. He's put a lot of work into supporting the CoH scene for so many years.
Thank you very much. That's absolutely lovely. And Marcus has been a big supporter of the scene. Also, he's one of the originally founding members of CoH3.org, or possibly another name coming in the future. Hopefully, let's have a look. And he's done a lot for the scene too. So big thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the stream. I'm going to host Desmond now, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, guys. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.